Data privacy dominated the news in 2018. Today, I'd like to look at the major developments as it relates to data privacy from the last year, and then talk a little bit about what their impact might be in the coming year. Obviously, data breaches were a significant development in the last year. Facebook and Marriott were the major players that we saw in 2018, as well as the continued fallout from the 2017 Equifax data breach. Unfortunately, it doesn't take a crystal ball to see that this trend is going to continue in 2019. We often tell our clients it's not a matter of if, but when you'll be breached. And there's really no way to know for sure who the next victim is going to be. However, if we think about organizations that hold lots of consumer data, we might have some insight into who might be the victim of the next major data breach. Think about companies like Verizon, AT&T, or Sprint in the telecom sector, or perhaps someone in the media sector, Time Warner or Comcast, someone like that. It's also possible we could see someone in the fintech sector become victim of a data breach. These organizations may not have the information security resources that a large financial institution has. The second major development of 2018 was GDPR, and that really dominated the first half of the year in the lead up and ultimately the rollout of the new statute. One big surprise, to me at least, was that we didn't see a big fine coming out of the enactment of GDPR. I think a lot of folks expected some organization to get hit with the big fine, but we didn't see that. I think it's possible in 2019 that we'll see some organization get hit with a large fine due to a data breach, although it's unclear if that will be Marriott because their breach actually started before the enactment of GDPR, similar to both Facebook and Equifax. I think we'll also see a significant increase in data subject access requests, leading to significant costs to organizations to comply with those. The last major development in 2018 was related to enactment of state laws. We saw both Colorado and California pass new legislation as it relates to consumer privacy. And these laws, in addition to those that we've seen already passed in Massachusetts and New York, lead me to believe that we'll end up in a similar situation to the automobile emissions regulations, where there's a hodgepodge of state laws that may not necessarily work well with one another. I don't think that we'll see anything at the federal level in 2019, given the divided legislative branch and the tensions between the legislative and executive branch. I just don't see federal legislation happening in 2019. I think we will see additional states pass legislation, perhaps somewhere like Washington or Oregon or maybe even Illinois. So, if you're a chief information security officer or a chief privacy officer, what can you do in this shifting privacy landscape? Ultimately, good information governance practices will trump all. Know what type of data you have, know where it's being stored, and know how long you need to retain it. Make sure that you've got the resources in place to manage your program effectively, and also make sure that your policies are properly aligned throughout your organization. Ultimately, good information governance makes good business sense. Think about the automobile industry. Companies like Honda and Toyota are viewed synonymously with reliability and quality. If your company is a leader in the information governance space and is viewed as trustworthy, doesn't that make good business sense? I think it does. To learn more, visit our website, www.doculabs.com.